Hello from Kota Kinabalu. It is the Brother Reunion Edition.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello. Brother.
brother. So what have you been up to since
We
6
last-
months? 6.5 months.
What have I done? Nothing. Just been working. Been working on my car actually.
Cool.
It's a great car.
So where have we been these past couple of days?
We have been climbing Mount Kinabalu, and it's a big mountain made of igneous rock, which is a fancy word for molten rock, which has cooled down.
So you read the signs along the way.
No, I Wikipedia'd it.
After. And who did we do this hike with?
We did it with our parents, who are like over 60 years old. It was tough for them. So I'm going to say it was pretty much all uphill for the first day. Altitude was challenging for me, not so much for you. I just felt out of breath a lot, even from the very beginning.
There was a beautiful sunset.
There was a beautiful sunset.
From the...
Yeah, from the rest stop that we were staying at.
After the beautiful sunset, we went to bed super early at like 7 or 8 p.m, right?
So we were supposed to wake up at 1:30,
Mm.
but we set our alarms for like 2 o'clock. We ended up waking up 1:30 anyway because the walls at that rest stop were like paper thin,
It was so thin.
and our neighbors next door were playing like music,
And our parents turned the lights on.
and the power kept cutting out. And I was half asleep, so I thought they were just turning the lights on and off to like annoy us. So basically, it was pitch black. It was a lot of uphill. The air was getting thinner and thinner because we were getting up close to, well, the summit's over 4,000 meters.
Mm.
It was pouring with rain. The winds were like, I don't know, probably 30 k's an hour. The rain was like horizontal, and the wind was just like blowing you everywhere.
We got to rest stop because we were almost at the peak and we didn't want to get there and then just hang around for like 20 minutes waiting for the sunrise.
Yeah.
But you were so cold at that
I
point,
was
we had to
freezing.
keep moving.
And it was actually probably the fact that everything was soaked.
You were shivering like worse than I think I've ever seen anyone shiver.
Yeah, I was.
So I was like, yeah, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
So we made it up to the top. We did. We both
did,
made it up to
yeah.
the top. And you really liked the landscape there.
Yeah, it was unreal. At the around the summit, there's like no vegetation, and it's all kind of that like igneous rock, and because of, I think it's because of all the erosion over all the years, it just forms these like really sharp peaks everywhere,
Yeah.
which is like, I don't know, it's kind of unique.
Yeah, they were super beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the descent. Now, how was the descent?
I think to sum it up, it's quicker than going uphill,
Mm.
but it's probably harder than going uphill. Especially harder on your knees. You're doing this for like 6Ks, I think it was.
Yeah, it was 6K.
And it's just like step after step. It's killer on the knees.
And so today we went to a couple of islands by boat,
Mm.
and we snorkeled. I actually haven't done snorkeling before. I mean,
Oh.
I've done scuba diving where you use the snorkel,
Yeah.
but not like you go somewhere to snorkel.
But
And
we've been to the Great Barrier Reef.
did I snorkel there?
Otherwise, what were you doing in the water? Like you
I
must have
don't
been,
know.
unless you're just swimming around.
So we went to Sapi Island.
Mm.
We did snorkel there, and we saw some fish and
Yeah.
a lot of dead coral.
A lot of dead coral that had like weird algae growing on it.
We took a speedboat to, what was the other island?
Manukan.
Manukan.
Yeah.
Glad you know these names. And we snorkeled there as well, but that one was much better.
It was a bigger area.
Mm.
The reef was further out, and I think because of that, there are a lot less people that actually make it out to the reef. And so there was like some coral that was still alive, and we saw like clownfish, sea anemone, anemone.
Anemone. Anemone.
Anemone.
I just remember that from Finding Nemo. Dude, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. I think it's anemone.
No, let's just go anemone.
Anemone.
It was just a better experience.
So people, when they meet us for the first time, they usually think I'm older.
Yes.
So now you guys who are watching get to judge who actually looks older. Do you think you look younger than me?
I don't know. I think we look the same age.
My face, mate. My
That's the other thing people say. People say you look older, and then of course we're like, no, actually I'm older.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, oh, but your face is longer. I don't know why that should be correlated.
Therefore, I'm older apparently. Okay, well, thanks for joining me in this video.
No worries.
Are you gonna go for a swim?
No, I'm not. I've had a shower.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I have found another family member. This is my mother.
Yes,
Yes.
this is Jade.
That is the correct answer. So earlier this week, we went to where your side of the family is, in a little town or village?
It's a town. This is a small town.
Small town. We visited my grandma, your mother.
Yeah, my mother.
And she lives opposite the pasar. What is a
The
pasar?
pasar. The pasar is the
pasar.
market.
What was really interesting about this market to me was that it's a morning market, and like everything is closed before lunchtime.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because every morning people will come to prepare in the market
Mm.
the vegetables, the fish, the meat. So the coffee and food noodle store start like 6 o'clock.
If you want to buy vegetables and meat to cook for that night, you have to buy it like before you go to work.
Yes, in the morning. 10:30, the whole market will be closed.
Yeah, it's so weird. So weird.
Yeah, it's weird to you.
Your sister owns a store at the market.
That's right. She does, we call it curry mee. Whereas in Australia, we call it laksa. She sells 2 types of noodles plus coffee.
Yes, and by the way, coffee in Malaysia is very different to Australian coffee. They put the coffee in like a sock. It looks like a sock to me.
Yes.
And then they pour hot water over the sock.
Yes, yes.
And then they pour that again through the sock.
Yes.
And I noticed that she was serving coffee to like this same group of people both mornings we were there. And they just sit there for hours together.
They are housewives. That is their meeting point to socialize. And what they do is they even prepare certain things there on the long table. Everyone will help out each other.
And it's so small town that we went to a shop that sells fresh fish. And a guy knew one of your classmates.
That guy is my classmate. Schoolmate, sorry.
Oh.
Not in the same class, same year.
So me walking through that market, will they look at me and they'll be like, oh, he's not from here?
Yes, they can tell from your look,
From my look.
your gesture. They will start asking people, is that my son?
Oh, so gossip,
They'll gossip, yeah. They know every movement.
Okay, so when we go to Nabong Tabal, I feel like we do nothing.
Going back to Malaysia is a boring holiday. I have no Wi-Fi, no TV.
Yes, like I remember one day I was literally lying on the floor with a fan just going above me because there was nothing to do.
Yeah,
I was just
cool
lying
down.
there to cool down because
Yeah,
it's so
Phuket
hot.
is too hot and humid. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And I find it very boring too.
Thanks for being in my video, Mom.
Thank you
I
for
think
inviting me.
I think you should go accompany Dad
Okay,
because
thanks.
he's all by himself.
Bye.
So there's one other unique thing that I've noticed in Malaysia, and that is dead malls. Like entire shopping centers that used to be big and bustling, and they're now just like dead. All the stores are closed. So what's actually happening here is like a new mall will be built somewhere else, sometimes literally right next door to a mall that's already been built. And everyone will flock there, and slowly the older malls will just become deserted. And I don't know why they keep doing this, and I have no idea what happens with the old dead malls, but yeah, they're kind of everywhere. And one last thing, Malaysians do up cars really strangely. So I saw a car with a giant Naruto sticker on the side doors and hood of the car. It's not like a decal, it's like a full color thing, and I thought it looked super tacky. But another thing you'll see is people souping up their cars, but the cars they're souping up are like totally ordinary cars. I'm talking like a family Proton, which is like the Malaysian cheaper version of a Toyota Camry, and they'll put like a massive bumper and do up the rims on that. Anyway, this turned out to be like a family reunion episode, but I will see you in maybe a week and a half.